South Ayrshire has a lot of older people because we are one of the fastest ageing communities in Scotland. So there are a lot of us about. We're an ageing community. We are, I always think we're a bit like the Florida of Scotland. So we have to take that into consideration.
We've made a real effort to move from a consultation model to a participation model with our communities, and that means that instead of doing stuff to communities, we do it with them in an equal partnership. So our older people in South Ayrshire are heavily involved and have massive oversight over what we're doing in terms of ageing well.
And it's very important that older people themselves are involved in making the decisions that help to make life easier for us as we age.
Prevention is really important when we're thinking about future care delivery. I think what we recognised really early on in the work that we're doing is that actually people are very often not getting the opportunity to optimise their independence before perhaps a crisis happens, and that's when they come into hospital or social care services. Actually, I think it's so important that people recognise that they can take control of their health and that there's interventions that they can do to help support their independence for as long as possible, rather than waiting for a crisis to happen. Nobody wants to think that they may have a risk of falls, but actually we have had feedback from one individual that said, actually I'm really reassured that I'm not high falls risk at present. So I think these are the sound bites that we're getting back from people, so yeah, it's gone down really well.
The Champions Board is volunteers who are over 50 in age, and they live in South Ayrshire, and they're interested in taking forward the strategy, which is about making life better for people as they age in South Ayrshire.
We're actually sitting on a major time bomb here in South Ayrshire, and I think it's quite alarming, but it's actually gained momentum really quickly. And then we started with champions boards and to see what we could do, small little things that we could do at a local level to get buy-in from the local people. But I think also the fact that I am a member of South Ayrshire population, and I am an older person, I have to think that actually in a few years' time I'll be one of those people that if I don't look after myself and I don't take responsibility for myself, if I need any services, they won't be there. So we've got to have a big mindset and a culture change in South Ayrshire, which actually has built up momentum really quickly. The partnership that we have with a health and social care partnership with community planning is second to none, because it's driven by people with passion. Because to do this, it can't just be a job, it has to be a passion. Now, ageing well is actually going to be built into all the strategies going forward. So as plans are made for housing, etc., then things will happen. But there's lots of things that we can do on the ground. For example, we're having a Take a Seat campaign. We're going to encourage employers to become age friendly. So more people maybe want to go back to work part-time or continue to work, because obviously people need to be kept active, they need to keep their minds active, and we do encourage older people to volunteer. But we've also got the Connect website, and on there are about 900 different activities that people in South Ayrshire can take part in. So all they need to do is phone an 0800 number, and that we can link them to all sorts of things. And we're going to do chatty benches, chatty spaces and all sorts of things going forward. And the older local people can see that things are happening. As people get older, well, it's not just older people, but quite often they get more frail or they get arthritis, etc. And you do need quite often to have a rest. Now, there are benches and things in towns and parks, but sometimes if it's raining, we're looking for shops and other businesses to just have a sticker in the window and a chair so that a person can just go down and sit in there and have a rest. We're actually also encouraging businesses that have got toilets, so we've got Take a Seat Plus, because obviously that's the other thing as you're ageing that you do need is often to go and look for public toilets. So we've already got 3 businesses in South Ayrshire, and we're just going to kick it off now.
We recognise that not one organisation or one department can deal with the challenges that South Ayrshire face in terms of ageing well, so we knew that we had to come together as a partnership and agree a way forward, including NHS services, health services, local authority services, but most importantly our voluntary services as well, and VASA have been a key part in developing the strategy. We need to make sure that for every decision that we are taking going forward, we're planning with that ageing population in mind.